What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. So I want to talk about this. They're still talking about Sergio Martinez versus Miguel Cotto. Nothing is set in stone, but it is a fight that is likely to happen if they can agree to it on the business side. So Sergio Martinez recently did an interview, and this is what he had to say regarding the fight. I want to meet Cotto face to face in the ring. We have old business to settle, and I am going to make him pay. Cotto isn't a likable person, and people who know him know exactly what type of person he is. He is one of the opponents that we have in front of us. Hopefully, this fight happens because it is a very significant fight. It is very hard to come to terms with Cotto for this fight. It is hard to deal with Cotto because he is a difficult person to work with. He has a difficult personality. Cotto thinks he is Mayweather, but he's no Mayweather. This will be proven when we get in the ring. So, Sergio showing some respect to Mayweather and very little respect to Cotto, saying he's not a likable person. I have to disagree. From a fan perspective, he's a likable person. As far as negotiating as a business, I don't know. Maybe he's not a likable person. There's a lot of people that have this stigma where they're difficult to work with. If you watch movies, I heard Wesley Snipes is one of those people, and he was arguing with the Blade 3 director, and he felt he was being overshadowed when they added the new cast, the Jessica Biels and Ryan Reynolds, and I heard he's just a difficult person to work with. Could be wrong, but that's what I heard. And I guess Sergio Martinez is saying the same thing about Miguel Cotto. As far as the fight, I mean, it's a hell of a fight. I think it's a hell of a risk, but hell of a fight. There's a lot of contrast and variables and different ways to look at it. I see Miguel Cotto, he looked good with Freddie Roach, so I'd be anxious to see how their second performance looks, their sophomore appearance together looks, because going from Delvin Rodriguez to Sergio Martinez, a whole different animal. Then you could look at it from the fact that Sergio Martinez is like 40 years old. He's been getting injured repeatedly in his last couple of performances. He's been knocked down in many of his last performances. I believe Macklin, Chavez Jr., the Martin Murray fight, I think he should have got counted for 2 knockdowns, but it was in Argentina, and that's a whole nother story. So you could say he's on the B side, the decline of his career. However, to Sergio's credit, he got knocked down by bigger men, people who are naturally bigger framed than Miguel Cotto. So you got to give him credit. And then the other thing with Sergio Martinez is you got to look at it from a standpoint where Sergio Martinez is, to me, a prideful fighter. He always takes tough challenges. I mean, fighting Paul Williams at that time twice and doing what he did in the second fight and going the distance in the first fight shows he has guts. He fought Kermit Cintron when I feel Kermit Cintron was more so in his prime. And he's had a tough schedule. Kelly Pavlik before Pavlik was really washed up or super distracted outside of the ring. He's had a tough schedule, and he takes on tough challenges, like basically being forced out of the 54-pound division, moving up to a new division because he couldn't find the matches that made sense at 54, so he moved to 160, and then took on big-ass dudes like Martin Murray or Chavez Jr., so you got to give him props. And the same could be said for Miguel Cotto. He's fought everybody. He fought Clottey, Judah, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Margarito twice. He's fought everybody. So give the man props. Both of them, I think they're really prideful, and they've both had a tough schedule. And in my opinion, they have a solid resume. So it's just an interesting fight. Like I said, I could look at it from so many different perspectives. On one side, I would say Sergio Martinez does look like he's slowing down, and he's a fighter that relies on athleticism, so that might not be good. And Miguel Cotto might have reinvigorated his inner desire to continue boxing. He got a new trainer, and he looked pretty ferocious in his last. But like I said, Delvin Rodriguez versus Sergio Martinez, that's like two different, it's like apples and oranges. It doesn't even go together, especially at a higher weight division. So part of me is really siding with the fact that I think Miguel Cotto can still make 147 if he was really disciplined, and he's not even really a big 154 pounder. Like I said, if you look at The Kirklands and the K9 Bundridges, Canelos, those dudes just look naturally bigger to me at 54 than Miguel Cotto. Glenn Tapia looked fucking huge. So I don't think Cotto's that big for 154. So I think he may be overextending himself fighting Sergio Martinez. But he wants to fight. Sergio wants to fight, as he mentioned in this interview. So shit. I mean, I can't tell another grown man who to fight. If he wants to payday, he wants to fight, and he's confident in his skills. So be it. So I think it's an interesting fight. Sergio Martinez, there's no quit in him. I mean, in the 12th round, he was in severe trouble in the Chavez Jr. fight, and he didn't even choose to hold. He kept fighting. So, I mean, I was like, damn, this dude is really macho. So you got to give him props for cojones. And I'm anxious to see if they can get this deal done because it's a very intriguing fight for me. I just, like I said, think Cotto might be overextending himself. He had trouble with a bigger fighter in Austin Trout, who might not be as slippery as we thought, because Canelo beat him, then Edeslandi Lara beat him, and Miguel Cotto wasn't able to beat him. And then he's gonna move up and fight someone who has more crack than Austin Trout and probably more experience at that elite level. I mean, Sergio Martinez has fought Kelly Pavlik, Paul Williams. He has more significant elite level opposition than Austin Trout did at the time Austin Trout fought Cotto. And then when Austin Trout did move up and fight some of the bigger names of today, Edeslandi Lara and Canelo, he lost. So let me know what you guys think. Sergio Martinez versus Miguel Cotto. Is it a fight you want to see? Does Cotto have a shot? Do you think they'll get the deal done? Let me know. I'll definitely pay top dollar to watch this on pay-per-view. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.